Howdy, neighbors. It is us. It is Sako and the Moon. And we are back with another movie review. This time it is Event Horizon because, and it hit it like the mental illness episode that we did, the mixed genres episode that we did, the point of view episode that we did. I felt like it checked a lot of boxes.
It does kind of check a lot. It's one of those movies that when you watched it the first time, it was kind of like, okay, here's a movie. But if you watch it a few times with something in your mind, like we do when we do our reviews, because we have like a subject matter in mind, you have like a deeper appreciation. There's little things that you notice a little bit more when you watch a movie, when you have like a frame of reference going into it. I appreciate the movie a little bit more than I did before.
Yeah, me too.
What you snacking on?
I am snacking on some Sour Patch Kids.
We need to find a snack that's going to sponsor the show. I'll eat them on the show. I will. Sour Patch Kids, if you're watching, even I'll eat Sour Patch Kids. I don't even like Sour Patch Kids. I'll eat them though. You pay me. No, not really. So you're the wrong sponsor for me. It's fine.
You can sponsor me.
Right. I'm not the kind of person to put products on screen just for the sake of sponsorship. That's not something I would do. Like, I would sit here and pour a nice, cold, refreshing glass of Crush. That's not something I would do. Never. That's not nothing of the sort at all. No, this is just a bit, guys. We're not. No, don't worry about it. It's cool. We're just kind of like getting into the groove of this, because this is the episode after the season technically.
Mm-hmm.
So we've technically already we're off.
We have checked out
a little bit.
We are on vacation,
but here we are.
Yet here we are.
Sako wanted to get this out. She's like, it goes with this season. I want to get this review down. I'm like, I got you.
So here we are. Event Horizon, 1997.
So do you want to tell them how the reviews work for anyone that's new to us? Hasn't already found the channel, liked it, and subscribed with the buttons that are down there?
Yeah, hit all the buttons. Hit all the buttons. I need more candy. You guys are gonna deal with me.
Well, while she's getting her candy, because mind you, we are post Halloween. You can see with the decor. Basically, this is a 4-star system, 4-star, and we judge it based on theme, production, characterization, and I didn't have my folder out. Writing.
Yep.
Yeah. You trigger the writers would remember that one. I want to make sure we didn't call it something else. I'm trying to remember it. Anyway, so under each category, we have like 3 guiding points to help us make a determination. And for that, I should probably get my folder out because clearly I don't remember them all. But we make our determination and give it a star accordingly, anywhere from 0 to 4 stars. And I'm really curious how Sako is going to score this movie. Personally, I'm personally curious.
Pretty high, honestly.
And while you guys are here checking out this video, at any point, you guys can catch on the run back. Tell us if you feel like this is a sci-fi movie with horror elements or a horror movie with sci-fi elements.
Okay, so the way it was created, it was supposed to be spooky first. I apologize with the ads. That's not fair.
To what? In the back?
Yeah.
It's fine. We're looking at your beautiful face. We don't even notice the ads are there.
As I consume candy.
Not sponsored. We're not sponsored by whatever's behind her, or Sour Patch Kids, or Orange Crush. But the reason I have Orange Crush is a really cute story that I'll tell at the end of the episode. You want me to?
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna have to wait until the end of the episode. So
I
if
literally
you guys
just said that.
exactly.
So yeah, y'all hang out, watch the review, hang out for the really cute little story. It's really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, first category that we start off with. Do you want to start with? Let me ask you this. We normally start off with theme because we're kind of connecting this with the point of view episode. Do you want to start with characterization, and that's the category where we look at point of view? Do you want to start there?
Sure.
Or does that mess up your notes?
It doesn't mess up my notes.
All right. I mean, I
so we can start with the characterization button.
All right. We'll start off with characterization.
We'll start off. It's upside down day. Woo!
It's been a wild day, people.
Yeah, it's been a wild day.
And it's cold.
And it's cold, which I disapprove of.
That's why she has a fake fire behind her. It's fine.
It's a fake fire. It's probably AI.
Makes us all sad. So under this category, we have casting, we have consistency and evolution, and we have, of course, the reason why we're starting here, point of view. And if you haven't watched our point of view episode that we used to close the season, make sure you check that out after this. So, Sako, how do you feel about our characters in the casting in this mid-90s?
Honestly, Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill, Jason Isaacs, a bunch of brilliant actors that just drove home the story. As far as like consistency, they all had relationships with each other before the movie started, and then the ship tore them apart. However, Weir got his eyes back.
That part's weird. The weird part about Weir is that he's not the only Dr. Weir in sci-fi in that relative period of time. There was a Dr. Weir in Stargate Atlantis, but not related. But someone on social media was wondering, had asked a question about the franchises that you would put in the same universe together. Event Horizon and Stargate would be dark, but I'd be here for it, especially if you've watched Stargate Universe. We'll get into all that. That's another day. Now, I want to keep in mind though that this is 1997, right?
1997, yeah.
Sam Neill played I forget his name, the doctor in the main paleontologist in Jurassic Park. Right? That's who we're dealing with here. The top guy from Jurassic Park, and then Morpheus. Like, these are big names right here for this casting. So this means a lot. I don't know exactly where these movies place around here, but mind you, they were big deals in those movies, and they're a big deal in this movie. And as you look back into it now, anyone getting into this movie now is going to see who these people are. That's exactly what they're going to think of. Or they might associate Fishburne with John Wick.
Yeah.
Another movie with both him and Keanu Reeves in it. It's crazy. So it's a great cast. Great cast. And you have your token black comedian in the casting, which was a big thing in the 90s. Black comedians was a big thing in the 90s. But beyond that, BT was great. Still is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask you more about how did you feel about the point of view that we were watching this movie from? But we kind of watched it from one general point of view, a third person type of point of view. at the same time, we are also feeling this from the points of view of Lawrence Fishburne and Byrne and Sam Neill's character, Dr. Weir, and whatever the captain's name was.
Miller. Yeah.
There you go. What are your thoughts on that?
I was like, Miller, maybe? Third person close. Or maybe it was from the perspective of the ship.
No, I disagree with that. I would just say it is sort of third person omni, but we're ultimately following two people the way I saw it. So we're following both Captain Miller and Dr. Weir, as they both have two different objectives on this mission. The actual objection is to go salvage this ship that's magically appeared out of nowhere. It got lost 7 years prior. They're going to go salvage it. It was Dr. Weir's ship, and that's what this salvage crew is, their job is. So we're kind of feeling this movie from two vantage points, in my view.
Yeah.
Where the captain is like, let's do the job. You got my crew out here. We were on vacation, and you guys out here doing this thing. Let's get in. Let's get out. Let's dip. Right? Let's just be done and go back home. But then Dr. Weir just seems eager early on, and a little bit too eager, where you can kind of tell something's up. And that kind of makes, in my view, makes Weir kind of the antagonist.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
But not like a clear antagonist. Like he's not like walking in like as the bad. He's not like Darth Vader.
Or, well, like Bastion from Neverending Story. He turns into the villain of the story for the second half of the movie, or of the book rather. And watching him transition from good guy to bad guy, of course you commiserate with him.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like we are almost forced. Like Weir is dragging us to side with him. As we're supposed to embrace this mission and the importance of this mission. I guess we're the crew doesn't feel really involved. They don't feel like they really care about this particular mission because, mind you, they're off. They've been off work, so they're trying not to be there. So he's really trying to like campaign to get enthusiasm for this, and we find out later on exactly why. But we'll get into that probably in the writing section.
So, how do you feel about characterization in this capacity?
As far as the star vote, I'd give it a star. I kind of wanted to focus on point of view because of our subject matter. This was originally the other genres in horror movie selection, but when we wrapped it into point of view, I kind of want to lean into this section for the POV vote. And I'm cool with it because there is sort of this extra way of looking at it that the writing and the acting kind of draws you into. Like I said, you're kind of looking at it from both Weir and Miller's vantage points as they both have objectives. But I think as Weir crosses that line into becoming the villain, it's kind of more like a political campaign. He's trying to draw you into like feeling this, like being a part of this. And that's not an easy thing to do. I wouldn't say that's an easy thing to do as far as point of view. And I think that particular actor kind of drives that point home and makes that worthy. So yeah, I'd give it a star.
I give it a star. He Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne kind of butt heads, and I enjoyed the way that they gritted against each other.
Yeah. They're very firm in their positions, and neither one really wanted to relent.
Right.
They both tried to help the other throughout the movie, but again, neither side really wanted to relent with their ultimate goals.
Mm-hmm. So, the star.
So you want to go to theme now?
Yeah, let's do theme next.
All right.
The message, don't trust what comes out of a black hole.
Any black hole. Don't trust it. It's a shitty proposition, I guarantee. I think it's sort of don't play with the laws of nature.
Yeah. Don't play God.
Yeah, don't play God. I mean, for everybody else, me is fine. Everybody else shouldn't play God. No, but seriously though, I think that's the ultimate message. It's like this. There are sort of universal natural bounds, and this kind of warns you as a cautionary tale against, pushing against those. I'm trying to break those boundaries.
So, tone-wise, cosmic horror. It's
dark.
It's dark.
It's dark.
And utilizes the genre to kind of, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's fine.
It was the Sour Patch Kids, man. That's what it was.
It's all that. Yeah, that's too much candy.
Yeah, see what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat all your candy kids at one time. Don't. I have Twizzlers under the desk as well, so I probably should get some candy out too. No, what I found interesting about this but the mood and tone here in this movie is that normally there is a visual way of breaking, because it's a dark movie, right? At the very least, we can call it dark sci-fi, minimally. But
yeah,
it stays dark. Even visually, it stays dark. We'll get into the production here next, but it stays dark. And normally there is some sort of break, like a visual break, where you break from the darkness, and you really don't. You almost stay dark. I think the only way to break the tone is with the comedic camaraderie of the crew. And of course, like, that's being led by, the comedian. But everyone has that banter with each other. And that's really the only break. And even sometimes the jokes are dark. Not like you would see on social media as dark humor, but it's just kind of like laughing at someone coming out of stasis and throwing up, making fun of them. It's still dark. It's like, hey, you were in animated
does
suspension.
The dog die? Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's and then when it happens to Justin, it's that character goes through it. And I love bringing this up. It's again that same actor from The Fifth Element. It was the same actor in it was another movie that we reviewed him in. I can't remember. He played some tech guy. Anyway, he was in another movie that we recently reviewed, but it's the same guy from The Fifth Element. He played the assistant kid to the diva once they got onto the cruise ship at Gemini, the Gemini Croquet contest thing, the cruise. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's gonna bug me. I can't remember what other movie he was in. My brain's still trying to process that. But anyway, he was there. He plays Justin, and what he goes through, what he sees, and how he reacts. It's dark. It's just the movie stays dark, and that's a weird. It's a unique tone for really any movie, but particularly a dark horror sci-fi movie. It stays dark, and there's very little relenting from that.
They actually toned down the horror because it was undermining the drama.
I could see that. I could see that be a thing.
So the story called for a haunted ship, but the director was so excited to make it a horror movie. I think of it as undated horror, but the release was around the Titanic, so that, like, I feel like that destroyed its.
If anyone doesn't remember that period of time, nothing was beating Titanic.
Nothing was beating Titanic.
Don't get me wrong, good movie, but it's got its flaws. But it was such a blockbuster at the time. Question is, who still owns the answer in the comments if you still own the double cassette tape of Titanic, if you're even old enough to even have VHS tapes still. I do. If I'm not mistaken, there's a green tote in my storage unit full of VHS tapes, including both tapes for Titanic. That's how long that movie was. VHS tapes. It took 2 of them. Dose tapes.
It was archived on VHS only and stored in Transylvania. So by the time they tried to do a director's cut in the early 2000s, it was all falling apart.
That's sad. So yeah, you guys should try to like grab old media. You know, it's just fun. It's nostalgic at this point. But if you can get it on DVD somewhere, you should grab that. It's definitely one you should definitely own. I have some notes for production, so we'll get in that in a minute. But story-wise, if you like sci-fi, if you like a dark kind of sci-fi, if you like sci-fi and horror, this is a pretty good movie to watch. Kind of a classic in both respects.
In most respects, yeah.
Kind of a horror classic. It's a sci-fi classic.
Yes,
I got my Twizzlers out too. If she's going to have the candy, I want to have the candy too. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So a star for the theme. I thought cosmic horror. Yeah, we don't see it enough, really.
I love dark sci-fi. I like scientific horror. There's like Jason X type of space horror, and then there's Event Horizon. And Jason X is not exactly the realm I would want to go. Event Horizon is the kind of sci-fi. That's what's closer to like the alien type of horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's over there with that.
Okay, so
are we ready for production?
I think we are ready for production. The art direction, the makeup and the props, and the cinematography. As far as art direction, I felt like it was a brilliant, chaotic soundtrack that added to the atmosphere. So it was also one of the earlier movies that had electronica as
which was a huge
as
thing
its
in that
opening theme.
That was a big deal back in the day.
It
That
was a big
that
deal.
electronica opening in horror and sci-fi. You saw it
Seven
in,
Seven got awards. Just the opening got awards.
I mean, this is where we were. I mean, think about the music in Blade, which is around that period of time. I think there was some in Fifth Element. The Matrix really did it. But I think this was before the Matrix. And this is right before the Matrix. I'm not sure, but I believe it is.
It is, yeah. Makeup and props. Amazing references to Clive Barker's depictions of hell. Same effects guys that actually did Hellraiser.
You can tell.
Which is why it's so effing good.
It looks so Hellraiser. Like if you've seen Hellraiser and then you watch this movie, you're like, oh yeah, these are the same people. Like this is a period of time where you can tell signature styles. Like you can watch a movie, no sound, no knowing anything about the story. You can just visually look at a movie and know Clive Barker, Tim Burton. You can, particularly Tim Burton, there's just a certain way it played out. Even some Steven Spielberg movies kind of had a certain look to them. You can, if you watch like E.T. and Jurassic Park, I believe those are Spielberg movies, and watch them like back to back, you can see similarities there. Funny, Back to the Future is a Spielberg movie too. Look at the movie poster right now. Now, what I found really interesting about this movie, this is the thing I want to talk about. I don't remember this movie ever coming out in 3D. But damn it, did it want to? This movie wanted to be a 3D movie so bad. The visual effects in this movie, where everything was just floating and coming at you, coming at the camera. It's like I've never seen a movie want to be a 3D movie so bad. So bad. Like Saw 3D was pretty bad in that respect. See that reaction, people? That's what I mean. That reaction right there. Saw 3D, that's Saw 7. Saw the Final Cut. That's what they had to call it eventually. It was a 3D movie, and it's doing the exact same stuff. Actually, this might be more egregious. This may be doing it more. And what bugs me is that I don't know why. This movie did not come out to be a 3D movie. So it feels like maybe they wanted to and changed their mind, or someone was just trying to play it like, look what I can, no, full Stewart, look what I can do. And then just did it. But to me, it's so noticeable. It stands out such a degree without purpose. And I don't understand why. Did you notice it?
I think.
Sako.
Did I notice which?
All the 3D graphics and such.
Oh, yeah. The mix of practical and digital effects, which are dated now. 96. But they were on point for its time.
Top of the line for the mid-90s.
Yeah, for the mid-90s, it was pretty diesel. It was also the same cinematographer that did Alien and The Princess Bride. So
resume.
their brilliant use of shadow and light in Event Horizon specifically.
Do you know why? I'm gonna get into the point you just made here in a second. Do you know why? Since you do far more research than I do, was there a motivation to try to make this a 3D movie, or it's just? Am I the only one?
Not that I found in my research.
But it did look like they were trying for it. That's not just me. Now, a point you made about the shadows, I feel like this is almost. You're an artist, so this will make more. I hope this makes sense to you. If not, just tell me to shut up and stay in my lane. But it's a difference between having white paper and using black to draw with than to use white to draw with on black paper.
Yeah.
And I feel like as far as this movie is concerned, as far as like art direction is concerned, that this movie was almost like trying to draw on black paper. Because it's really like adding white in where everything else is essentially shadow. Because this movie, again, has a dark tone, not just in story, but visually. It's visually a dark movie. Now, not so dark where you can't like tell what's happening. But that's what I mean. It's imagine instead of having the lights on and then trying to create shadows to find a place to hide stuff, it's just a big old dark room. And there's depth, and there's like things that have light in it in the back. And it's not even, it's not so much trying to create shadows in the light. It's more like trying to like just add a little bit of light amongst shadow. And I do appreciate that
chiaroscuro, like sort of tone.
Again, it's such a visually dark movie,
and the lighting was very purposeful,
very intentional, and there's a lot of use of depth. You had deep rooms, that long corridor. That, in fact, there's like two long corridors. There's the big long corridor that separated the two halves of the ship, and then you had, like, once you went into the engineering side of the ship, there's yet another long corridor that people had to walk through. So there's a large use of depth in the cinematography of this movie.
Yeah. Especially when trying to drag up dread or shock. You know, like they did that thing where you zoom in but you're panning out.
You zoom into the foreground while zooming out the background.
Yeah.
It also helps to like add to the claustrophobic feel of being stuck on a ship. Like that was the other thing. Like there's no big open fields. They are on one small ship onto a bigger ship, but still isolated in the middle of nowhere. And if you're on the ship, you don't see that with outer space, of course. But to emphasize that, I think that use of depth really helps with these people are alone, and you keep feeling like you're alone, like small in a big room. You know, I think that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to point out. You feel small in a big room, regardless of the rooms that you're in, except for in scenes where that's not the goal, that's not the aim. Like when they're all together as a crew, they're having like a meeting or a talk or something like that.
How do we feel about a star for production?
My only real hang up is the unnecessary 3D attempt. It was just weird because it stood out. outside of that, the graphics themselves, the effects themselves were not out of place. I do like the use of depth, the use of light in certain places to highlight that. I do love the props, the way the set was designed and decorated. Not a lot of use of color, but I think that's obviously intentional. Where
Right.
this dark mood, this dark tone of things, just black and gray and red. Yeah, I give it a star.
All right. Because I agree. Writing. We got the dialogue, we got the plot, and we got pacing.
So the gist of this movie is pretty clear. We go through a opening in the beginning of the movie about where we are chronologically. Long story short, we're in space. We have spaceships now. And in like 2040, the Event Horizon is the name of the ship, goes out on a mission and is lost. 7 years later, it's found, and that's when we catch up with this crew. They're being drug off vacation by Dr. Weir, who designed that ship. And it's like, hey, this ship disappeared and all of a sudden showed back up. I want my ship back. I gotta figure out what happened. Cool. So now we're there, and dark things happened on this ship. They got the distress call. They're going through the records. Blah, blah, blah. Things happen. And they have a certain period of time where they can try to get this ship up and running to where they can salvage it and take it back. Dr. Weir has ulterior motives. And of course, spoilers at this point. So if you don't want to hear a spoiler, jump ahead like 30 seconds. Starting now. So it turns out that Dr. Weir and the entire crew was impacted by some darkness that they tapped into by accident on purpose. The technology that this ship used to go across the universe went too far. It jumped into essentially beyond the universe. It jumped into hell and brought something else back. This thing has possessed Dr. Weir, and Dr. Weir was basically bringing it bodies. Again, very, very Hellraiser-esque. You know, I have wonderful things to show you. I think even some of the lines are almost repeats of Hellraiser that were used in the climax of this movie. Should be safe now. How did you feel about the writing of the story? The story in general.
Foreshadowing in the very beginning was pretty good. He's already showing mental instability with the nightmares, excellent use of dread. The pacing was glacial in places, but when the shit hit the fan, it really did.
It kind of like we need to fill. This felt like an attempt to fill runtime. It's like, okay, we need some small things to happen. We'll reference them here, reference them there, we'll bring it back eventually. There wasn't like a Chekhov's gun that never fired, but I would agree. It was really slow in some points. And then in the end, things are just starting to blow up, pun intended. Yeah, overall, it worked. Was it perfect? No, probably not. But it definitely worked. It got the job done.
Got the job done. The dialogue, the characters were wildly different, personality-wise. Like,
and that, of course, was important to differentiate the characters.
Right.
We've talked about on this show a few times how if you see something like with a character here or there, it's probably the character. if all the characters are doing it, it's probably the writer. And that's when you can start hearing like how the writer talks in all your characters. But they differentiate it a lot, like Sako said.
Yep.
And vastly different. And
Vastly different.
I want to know, I'm kind of curious as to how much was ad-libbed in some of the conversations amongst the crew.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know.
In that soft spot where we're trying to get to know these characters so that we can become sympathetic as bad things happen to them.
Right.
Which is a goal. It's one of the things we do writing tips. Like that's why you want to make your good guy characters at least somewhat endearing with some flaws here and there. Because when the bad things happen to them later, you want the reader or the watcher to care. If they don't, if I read the story, I don't care what's happening to the friend group. I cheer for the villain. Unless, of course, that's the goal, then right on.
There is nothing else in my notes. So anything else we do. I would give the writing a star.
I would too. And I feel like objectively, there's nothing wrong with this movie, which is why we're giving it 4 stars total. There isn't anything wrong with this movie. I think it is a classic for what it was at the time. Both sci-fi and horror have extended and jumped leaps and bounds since this movie came out. But as a testament for where this movie was when it came out, for where sci-fi and horror were at this point in time, science fiction movies like The Fifth Element, Jurassic Park, horror movies like Hellraiser, Alien, and the movies that are like late 80s, early 90s, early to mid 90s, in that span, this should be up there amongst them. Top of the list? No. But definitely on the list for sure. And no, you can't find this movie on Tubi, in case you guys are wondering. Like, we didn't drop that gimmick. The movies weren't on Tubi anymore.
Yeah. We waited just a little too long to watch it on Tubi.
No, that was Pluto TV.
Or was it Pluto?
Yeah. But still, we were watching it on MGM Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So as I can find it. So 4 stars, no notes, because again, it was good. It did what it was supposed to do. It did it well, but nothing exceptional.
It has a money shot. It has that like, if you think of the movie, what scene sticks out to you? And the scene where he's taken out his eyes and he's, like,
We have things to show you. So something.
Something.
Again, very Hellraiser-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like that is the scene that sticks out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Proves the point.
Proves the point. All right.
It's a good watch.
It's a good watch. It's on MGM.
I would go ahead and if you're gonna like watch it or with some friends or whatever, make it a double feature and put this one on first and then something else after this.
Like as a cleanse palate cleanser, maybe.
Maybe not even a palate cleanser. Like this might just be like, I don't feel like if to make a food comparison, this isn't a main dish. This is a
Yeah.
strong appetizer. This is really good chicken wings before um before your meal comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today for our review of Event Horizon 1997. And we are going to be on break for a couple weeks. And then we'll be back for Black Friday.
Sure will.
So we will see you Black Friday, and we will talk about things that have to do with holidays. Ho ho.
I may have already told you the different episode. You should go back and watch them so you can find out. Oh, wait, I had a story. I had a whole story I was supposed to tell about the sodas.
About the sodas.
Yeah. So cute little story. I'm just talking about this to brag on my wife. How I met, if I was talking to my kids, this is how I met your mother. So I had my daughter, my now teenager. She was maybe about less than a year old. And I had just gotten her to sleep. It was my day off. And so she's asleep in her little crib, and I'm hungry. So what do? I order a pizza. What I didn't do was get drinks. So I'm thinking it's like 10:30 at night or whatever. And my thought is, you know what? Maybe someone nearby that lives nearby can go run and go grab some soda for me because I don't want to have to wake my baby up. Right? Then I'm like, nah, that's dumb. That's silly. That's stupid. But an hour or so later, I'm like, it'd be really funny to figure out who would respond though. So I put the post out anyway. And this girl I knew, barely, we were in a picture together. We were both commonly tagged in it. And she says, hey, what kind of soda did you want? I'll run and grab them. I'm like, nah, I was just messing. You don't have to actually go. She's like, no, I insist. So she did. She grabbed me a 2-liter of Orange Crush and a 2-liter of Mountain Dew and brought them to me at like 11 something at night to a complete stranger. Thankful. I paid her back. I paid her when she got there. And thankful. We hung out and we just kind of hung out ever since. And now we've been married this entire time. That's how I met Chrissy. And on the anniversary of the day she brought me soda, she runs out and she gives me an Orange Crush and a Mountain Dew. We call it Soda Day. And that's how we commemorate that time we met. That's why I had the Orange Crush. I just thought it was a nice, cute little way to close the season out. Nice little story.
That is a cute little way to close the season out. I like that story. Oh.
Yeah. So if you see anything that involves like me and my wife and the colors are like green and orange, those are our wedding colors. Green and orange. That's the reason why.
We miss y'all already.
I know, but we'll be back in a couple weeks.
We'll be back in a couple weeks.
The day after Thanksgiving, have your turkeys, have your dressing, have your dressing and or stuffing. Guess is the difference. Have your yams or your sweet potatoes. Guess is the difference. Whatever other foods you have, eat them up. Enjoy your day. Spend time with your friends and family.
Yeah.
And
sounds like a wonderful plan for a holiday meal. If I likes the delicious
Gemini, calm down. No one even said hi to you. They're always listening. Your devices are always listening.
Yeah.
That was the AI on my phone. It was like responding to me talking about food. I didn't talk to him. Anyway, do all that. Wake up the next day, get your coffee, go out, do your shopping, buy something nice for me and Sako, and then come back and give us the best gift of all, your presents, as we discuss a topic that you will have to be there on.
That you have to be there on Black Friday to find out.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But you'll be there. And I've already mentioned it. And like I said, go back and watch the other episodes and find out what we're doing. I mean, I'm sure you can guess since it's after Thanksgiving, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. If you have thoughts, go ahead and comment them. And in the meantime, keep your friends close and
Your monster's closer.
there you go. See, she wasn't right. It's like Dan and Eva. They never get the thing right at the end of their show.
You can never get the thing right at the end of their show either.
We'll practice this. We won't practice this at all. It's funnier.